Today we are back with Need for Speed Heat, and all we're doing is burnouts in the Evo. Actually, we need to see where we can get some new cars, where the car dealership is. Oh, it's just here. You can fast travel to it. Okay, so we have this Plymouth Barracuda here. We have this 69 Dodge Charger. We've got a Sylvia. Wow, I remember the Sylvia. Yeah, that could be a potential choice for a drift car. We've got the two Evos, which we already have. 370Z, Civic Type R. We've got the BMW M3 E46. We've got, and we even have the Supra. No, I mean the BMW Z4. I didn't actually mean to call it the Supra, but they're based on the same platform. Whilst the rest of these are all locked. What are all the locked cars here? Oh, the 67 Camaro. That's a car I always try and get. I might get it later on in the game, or we'll just do a build on it, but we'll see. Well, like this Ferrari Testarossa I'm looking to get. Wow, we even have an Evo here that we could build from scratch on our own. But we don't need them because we've already got two pre-built Evos in our garage. What I want to focus on now. Oh, we've got some street art here. Let's see what it is. Oh, that is so cool. We've got some street art. So now let's upgrade our performance, shall we? We've got the crankshaft in there. We could upgrade the ECU or the cooling. Could do with some more upgrades, but let's see first how the races are going to pan out. Like Dex's challenge requires 150, whilst this other story mission here requires 200 and rep level 11. This one also requires level 11 and performance rating 200. So it is the best time to go and upgrade our car. So we're going to put even more power down in this Evo. Yes, we've got a new exhaust available. Pro level exhaust. That gets us up to 150. So it's going on. Now let's see which one we shall do next. Turbo. Do we need to put a turbo in or NOS in? No, we've already got them in. Got some new tyres. Drift parts. Equip drift parts to make your car slide and you'll score more in drift. But you'll sacrifice acceleration and grip to hit those sweet drift scores. So which tyres do we want to put on? We only have sports level tyres. We're going to put the on-road tyres on, and it lowers the car as well. All it does is lower the car and improve handling. It only makes a small change to performance rating. Clutch. Drivetrain parts. The drivetrain allows the engine to spend as much time as possible in its optimal range. The gains from upgrading these parts increase with better engine parts. Okay, clutch. We own one, but we've already got it equipped. What were those new tyres all about? Oh, the drift tyres. We're going to fit those on later. Suspension. I don't think we really need to do that. It lowers the car. But Dex, if we complete his challenge, he's going to offer us some suspension. So there's no need to worry about that. Auxiliary. Radar disruptor, nitrous jump, nitrous drift. These are for pursuits. Yeah, kill switch jammer, nitrous refill, repair kit, nitrous refill. But what we're going to put on now is some differential. Get drift differential, race, off-road, on-road, drift, race, off-road, on-road, speed cross, showcase, rally, track. I'm going to put the track differential on. I don't know the difference between them, but hopefully the track one is good for the on-road races. Now we are ready to go. And Dex's race is just over here. It wasn't far at all. And we're at 152. So we're where we need to be. Now let's start. Roll for damage. Now this is the race that we need to win in order to get that suspension part. Oh yes, just listen to that Evo go. Oh yes. Oh yes, just listen to the sound of that Evo. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. We're at 152. Hit the NOS. Yes, I'm absolutely right. This is the one where we do a 3-lap circuit race, and if we win, we get a suspension kit from Dex. And the handling's so much better already. We're a speedy boy, we've completed the daily challenge, and it's faster too. I can really feel the difference now. We kind of misjudged our braking, but just look at that. The handling's a lot better than it was before. But nonetheless, this is one very grippy car. Yeah, this is why I am sticking with the Evo for quite a while. 'Cause it's so quick and grippy. Look at this. Can take corners easily, but we just need to brake a bit for the tighter ones, otherwise we'll overshoot them like here. But the ones in the raceway, you could easily speed corner them because this Evo's so grippy it can make it to them. It's only the first lap, but we're miles ahead. We've hit some more NOS, and we are going to win.
Feels easy when you're out front on your own, huh? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just waiting for a chance to overtake.
Dex, you are not going to get that chance. You might be in second, but I'm miles ahead of you.
You're this close to the win.
We're very close indeed. We are in first place. We're like 1,000 yards ahead of you.
I'm taking this one down to the wire.
Dex, there's no way you're going to catch me up, even by saying these. I am miles ahead of you, and we are about to lap some of the slower cars. 7th and 8th place cars, we are this close to lapping them, literally this close. And it's the final lap. They're still on the second lap, 500 yards remaining. We're not quite going to lap them, but we have won by a long way, by 17 yards from Dex. Oh yes, another win in the bag.
All right. One sweet suspension
Oh yes.
heading your way. Use it well. I'll be in touch.
Now we get some suspension and 14,000 cash. Oh yes, quite a big victory dance there. Roll for damage completed. It's on-road suspension. Now the best thing about this game, and as you can see we've played it solo and not online, so it fully pauses the game, because I want to introduce you to this. The best thing is that you don't even need to go to garage. You can just go on the pause menu, customize your ride, and swap out the parts. New suspension. Oh yes, Dex's on-road suspension is here, and it gets us up to 157. And it makes our car so low. We've got a lowered car. On it goes. Now let's go and do our next race. Let's see if there's any more story missions. Like even this one, it requires 200. So, but then it's a drift, so it wouldn't be that challenging to us. So we might as well go and do it. But first, we've got a lot of money, so we might as well put in the pro level ECU. And also the pro level cooling. That gets us up to 187. But will it be a good use of my money? Will it be a good use of my money? Hopefully it is. I don't want to end up spending a lot of money on something we could get later, but it isn't really that necessary now because our car is fast enough. Yes or no? Yeah, I'm going to take it. Now we're at 187. Oh yes, now this is fast. Especially with that new suspension we got for winning Dex's race. It's even faster now. Yeah, but what I'm here to do... Yes, it was good putting even more performance parts on the car. But what I am here to do is put on the drift parts. don't know why I'm just talking about upgrades, because we need to put some drift parts on. We're going to put the drift tyres on. Yes, it reduces performance, but then it helps us get better at drifting. And so this is going to be our temporary drift car until we can get a car dedicated to this, and then we can focus on making this our grip build. Differential. Okay. Which one is it? Drift differential. On it goes. And now off we go to the drift. Finally going to drift our all-wheel drive Evo. If it wins at the drift, it's going to be epic. We were at like 183 or 187. Oh, there's some street art here that we could get. Yeah, let's get that street art here. Collect. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so this car was at like 162 or 183. Then we lapped some guys in the circuits race. Then we got it up to 187 with the suspension kit we won. And now we've put in even more performance upgrades, so it's even faster now. I'm sure I've improved the handling even further. But then, because I'm going to do a drift, I put drift parts on, so it is going to drift. But this is such a long straight, we've really shown the full potential, it's so quick. Oh, we almost missed that turn there. No, we ended up in the water. That canal was hidden. That was not what we wanted at all. Let's make up time by using NOS again. And we are almost at the drift. Now we're almost at a speed camera 2. Hopefully we can get... No, it's too far away for us. I wonder if there's going to be any more. No, we're at the drift. So that's what we're going to focus on doing for now. Here it is. Sink or swim. We're at 177. We require 200, but because it's a drift, it's going to be so easy. Mission started. Sink or swim. I said it's going to be so easy.
That first track was just a warm-up. This one takes it to another level. Let's see if you're ready.
Drift trial Quicksilver. We need to reach 125k. Come on, Evo. You can drift. You may be all-wheel drive, but I've tuned you for drifting, so you'd better drift.
Stage is all yours. Don't hold back.
Come on. Now drift. There we go. I was about to say I'll switch to the RX7 because I'll get an RX7 and switch to it because it wasn't drifting. Oh yes, we're a slidey boy. Completes the daily challenge. We aren't even close. How are we not even close? We may need to put the drift suspension on as well, because we've still got track suspension, so it's not quite working. But we are drifting. Come on, let's drift. Oh yes, it is drifting. This is why drifting is fun. But then we have 3 laps, so we can do all or nothing. Oh yes, we're drifting. Yeah, the car, even in the drift event, it just wants a grip. And we're on the 2nd lap already. How are we on the 2nd lap already? Yet we're underperforming in the drifts. This is not good. I think we may need to get a dedicated drift car with rear wheel drive. The drift suspension's gonna have to go on. I'm gonna have to downgrade it to 169. Sorry, but we need to drift better. Whoa, let's not hit the cop. Let's not get involved in the pursuit. Thankfully, he didn't really bother, because they don't really get bothered by you in the day. It's only if you annoy them or hit them. Pursuits don't really happen often in the day. They're more during the night. Oh yes, we've hit our target score, because I also helped myself by finding out what the e-brake button is. I'm just hitting the e-brake a lot, and it really is helping. Because even with drift parts, the Evo is all-wheel drive, so it does struggle compared to, say, a rear-wheel drive car like the RX7. I was about to say, oh, let's not. Oh, I just leave it there. I'm going to come back with an RX7, but no. The e-brake. Yeah, the e-brake is so helpful here. Yeah. If you have a car that isn't rear-wheel drive and you've got drift parts in it and you're struggling to drift it, all you got to do is tap the e-brake. There we go. We have won. We have completed the mission. Yes, we went above our target score. We got 164,000. We get 10,000 cash. Oh, sharing a drift selfie win with the fans. Oh yes. Sink or swim completed. If you guys have trouble in the drifts and want to know what the e-brake is, if you're playing this game on Xbox One, it's the X button. Yep. Press X for e-brake. So now it's time for us to put the grip parts back on. Okay, so suspension, they're just here. On-road suspension back on. Tyres. The drift tyres are pro and the on-road tyres are sport. How? Oh, we already had some drift tyres. Could have put them on, you know. On-road tyres back on. Just didn't look at that. But we should have. That was an unnecessary waste of money. But what we need to do now is to stop dithering and put in the track differential. There we go. Now the Evo is a grippy boy once again. And I would like to go racing in the night. So let's transition. Oh yes. The cool cinematic. We've gone into the night and we've leveled up to 10 already. There's new events available. Crew time trials. Challenge your friends and crew members for top spot on the leaderboard. Each event is recorded along with your gamer tag and rap. Then replayed for others in your crew to beat. I'm going to start the night races off with this race just here. Needletail. 180 is required. We're at 187, so we can do it easy peasy. Now let's go and collect this art. Street art. Wherever it is. Where is it? Here it is. What is it? Oh, that's nice. Here we go. We've collected some more of it. It's time for us to go to our night race. We're going to try and feature action of both day racing and night racing in this game, because they are both have their own unique differences and they're both quite cool. Building cash during the day and rep during the night. So let's begin. And the Evo is even quicker. And it's even grippier. Yes, the handling's even better now. This Evo just gets better and better. Am I in the right lane? Yes, I am. Sprint race starts here. Oh dear, I slightly overshot it. Here we go. Let's start. Here we are. Our first night race of episode 5. Oh yes. Even more flames coming out of the Evo. But it's even quicker and even grippier. Off we go. Let's go. Now, I've got to say that Need for Speed Heat is better than the previous 3 Need for Speeds. Rivals, 2015 and Payback. It's even better than them combined. But still not quite enough for a full return to when Need for Speed was on its golden form, like the Underground series, Most Wanted 2005 and Carbon. That was still the golden age of Need for Speed. Heat isn't close enough to it. Oh, I just hit the BMW M2. And I'm in the lead now. Was that an M2? Can't even tell. They all look the same during the night. All BMWs, I can't tell the difference in a night race, unlike in a day race. No, he's all over me. He's back in the lead. The M2 is back in the lead. Yeah, it looks like an M2 to me. Come on, Evo, we can get ahead of that M2. Catching up. Just need to be careful of these bends. Oh, the Evo is so grippy. But that M2, how is it quicker than us? How? I don't understand. Oh yes, the M2's hit traffic. No, we've gone wide. But we can use NOS. There's quite some twisty turns here. Just need to focus on winning the race and beating the M2. How is he doing so well? How is he doing so much better than us? So the black box games are still the best. This is better than most recent Need for Speeds, but still not close enough. We don't even know if we're going to get another one close enough, with Criterion effectively getting the Need for Speed franchise back. How is this M2 so quick? I wonder if he's done an engine swap. There must be an engine swap in that M2, I can tell you that. We're over halfway done, and we're still behind the M2. Well, I take that back, we've caught up with him. That's M2 definitely. He definitely stuck a V8 in there, because he's going so fast. He's definitely got a V8 in that M2. Don't know how he's continuing to handle so well when you'd expect most engine swaps to affect the handling. Usually makes it worse, but there are some rare occasions where it makes it better. Come on, we're 3/4 of the way done. We need to be ahead of that M2. Let's go, let's go, let's go. How is that M2 so quick? Oh yes, we can see the M2 now. We can see the M2 now. Come on, come on. We're this close, we're this close. We're this close. Come on. Oh yes, we're back in the lead. Let's use some NOS. Can't afford to make any mistakes because we're almost at the end. The finish is almost upon us. There we go. He's still right on our tail. We've got 500 yards remaining. Let's not hit that truck. Whoa, that was so close. No, 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 no. Yes! Yes! We won! We won! Oh, yes. Now let me do some of the jumps, because I would like to do some of the jumps, and I'd also like to do the speed cameras. 110, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh yes, we've done it. Now we're in the raceway, and that jump, that's from outside. Probably not going to be able to make that one. But there is another jump that's not too far from us. Well, let's make it. We need to make 44 yards. So we're going to use the NOS. Come on, 44 yards. Oh yes, we did 57 yards. Daily challenge complete, Wings of Glory. That's one jump done. And there's actually some street art here. Let's go and collect it. What is it? What is it? Oh yes, Need for Speed Pro Street. Classic. Sort of. Let's try and see if we can do this jump here. We are going to need to drive quite far back to be able to have an effective chance at doing that. Now, can we try the jump from here? Let's use some NOS. Oh dear, there's a cop, 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 there's a cop. No, I haven't made it. Just damaged my car. So what we're going to do is find our next race. There's a lot of races to choose from, but I'm going to do this one here, Summit. 140 is recommended. We're at 180, so this is going to be an easy win for us. Oh, there's another speed camera here. Let's use a NOS and we can make this one. 110 miles per hour made. And we can exit out of here. And there's another speed camera over here. Hopefully we're fast enough. Please tell me we're fast enough. No, we require 150 now. We're not fast enough. Oh yes. We got 1 star. What does that mean? I thought we'd already done that one. Street art's nearby? We can't miss the street art. There's so much more street art to collect. Let's see this one. Oh yes. We've got some more street art. We're almost going to have the whole collection by this rate in this episode. Oh no, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop. Oh dear, hopefully he doesn't get too close to us, because he could still turn around and notice we're going this way. Thankfully, he hasn't noticed us because he's continuing to drive further on in the direction he's gone. And our race is just over here. Circuits race. I almost read circuits race sprint. I misread summit as sprint. Now let's get started. Oh yes, some more night racing action coming for you. Gonna be doing a circuits race this time around. Oh yes, just listen to that Evo. We're building up a lot of rep here. We're already at heat level 1. We've been great at avoiding cop pursuits. Hopefully it stays the same during this race. We're gonna be at level 11. We've already leveled up to 10, but we're gonna be at level 11 at the end of this. Thankfully that cop was nowhere near us, so we can continue winning. And we're miles ahead of everyone. There isn't a V8 swapped M2, unlike in the last race. Oh, I was almost had a collision with the traffic. Now I'm off-roading, showcasing the Evo's rally credentials. Now I'll hit some more NOS. This seems to be a nice and simple race, because there aren't as many twisty sections as in that sprint. Oh, I almost went into traffic. Nonetheless, we managed to keep control of our car. Yeah, does anyone remember some features of Need for Speed 2015 carried over here? I don't think so. Oh no, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop! Oh, he was so close to stopping me, he was so close to busting me. Now the pursuit has started. Now we've hit the NOS. The cop is right behind me. So this is one easy race with a very intense cop pursuit in here. Oh dear. They're all over me. Haha, that cop is stuck. He's got stuck. We're escaping. We're escaping. We're escaping. Oh yes. We've escaped them already. That cop he probably hit traffic or lost control of the car, and so made it very easy for us to escape. But now it's going to be an easier win for us, because look at that, they're chasing the car in second place. They're going to bust second place at this rate. Oh, there's another cop on the final lap, but they're nowhere near us, so that one couldn't even start. Yeah, but they're still chasing after opponents further behind. And because this race is 140 and we're at 187, we might end up lapping some of these 7th, 8th place cars, because we can see them in our sights. They're still on the second lap, and we're on the final one. We're so close to lapping them now, and another cop's appeared out of nowhere. There's one chasing another racer. Wow, they're just activating chasers. The cars at the rear are just activating cop chases, and the cops are chasing them. Oh no, I got too distracted, and I ended up hitting a building, so I lost out on my chance to lap the 8th place car. It would have been so cool, but at least it means we don't end up in a cop chase. There we go. That's the race finished. Oh yes, we are finished. Shall we leave it there, or shall we carry on with another race? Well, because we're so close to reaching level 11, I would actually like to reach level 12 or 13, so we might as well keep going. Let's go over to Port Murphy and do this circuits race 160. Let's go. We actually need to go back on ourselves, and we also want to avoid the cops. We don't want them coming after us. We need to try and find some smart routes that make us avoid the cops. Oh dear. There's a cop right there. There's a cop right there. We're going to let him continue going forwards until we can't see them. There we go. I think we can go now because they've completely disappeared. We don't want to. There's a cop coming. The cops are everywhere. So this is going to be one very difficult and intense one. Yeah, I can still see them. Going to have to do quite some wait times to wait for those cops to go. Oh, there we go. We can start this again. Oh yes. Now we can go on to our race. Oh dear, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop. Thankfully he's further ahead of us. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I did some two-wheeling there. Might as well hit some NOS. And we're this close to level 12. So this race is a good idea to do. Now we're at another speed camera. Oh, no, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop. We're going to go off-road to avoid them. There were two cops coming. We went to 150 above the required 121. But we needed to go take an off-road detour to avoid the cops. As we're building rep with these races and speed cameras. No, I've gone into traffic. That doesn't help at all. No, there's a cop, 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 there's a cop. We're going to try going this way and see if we can find an alternative route. Yes, we can. Another smart thinking from the GG. Oh, there's a sprint race here, Venturi. What's that other race I set the route to go to? I'd like to try that one out. Get enough rep to get us to level 13. I don't really want to end up in a cop chase and then get busted, because it means that I'll win everything, but then I'll lose everything. Don't want a repeat of what's happened in episode 3. No, there's a cop, there's a cop! These cops are just everywhere! They are absolutely everywhere. Oh, he took a different turning. So we can actually go our original route. No, there's another one. They are everywhere. Don't want to end up like how I ended up like in episode 3. Please, cops, don't do this to me. Oh, this is very intense. But here we are at the race. Circuit race. Fury. Let's go! Here we are. I believe this is going to be our final night race so that we don't end up in intense cop chases. It should be enough to get us to level 13 and keep and multiply everything. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Now we can hit the NOS. Please let us through, Subaru. Thank you for letting us through. We were about to have a very intense Subaru versus Mitsubishi battle, but Evo was like, no, I'm a fast boy, so I'm gonna win. Yeah, this one is absolute fury, because we have to go off-road through some tight trees. Yeah. Oh yes, we're so fast. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. But we're still miles ahead, so we are going to win if the cops don't end up in our race. We've just seen some cops, so this is going to be a very, very intense one. Oh, come on, no cops, please, no cops, no cops, no cops. Oh, let's use some of the NOS. That was so close. I believe we're on the second lap now. Yes, we are. Oh, there's a cop, but he's gone. Oh, there's another cop. There's another cop. We may end up having a pursuit start at this race. He's coming for us. It looks like he's coming for us. Haha, not close enough. And you weren't even going the same direction. Now let's use some more NOS. Now we're on the final lap. Whoa, I almost T-boned someone. That was so close. Whoa, we're about to lap someone. We're about to lap the car in 8th place. Thankfully the cops are not really getting involved. Oh yes, we've lapped 8th place. We're going to lap these rear gunners. Now we're going to lap the RSX in 7th place. Why did you just get in my way? You were doing to me what Ocon did to Max Verstappen, and what Max's dad, Jos, did to Juan Pablo Montoya. Oh yes, 500 yards remaining. Let's go. No, we've hit traffic. But across the finish we go. Oh yes. That was one crazy race, but we have won it. And we're going to be at level 12. I've collected all of the street art, so we might as well go to this safe house here. I'm going to call it a night here, so we can level up without being interrupted by very intense pursuits from the best cops in a Need for Speed game. Even better than the one in Rivals, and even more aggressive too. But nothing beats Most Wanted 2005 still. This one is close, but not close enough. Let's enter the garage, and that's our night done. What a clean night we have. Oh yes. We build our bank to 113,000. We gain 10,000 rep. Our rep multiplies by 2. Oh yes. We level up to level 10, level 11, level 12. Oh yes, we're halfway through level 12 now. Only 4,000 points till we get to level 13. Drift zones. Palm City racers have set record drift zone scores on select corners across the map. Find them, drift them, beat all the scores. That's going to be fun and easy. And we get an M4 GTS. Okay, please tell me there's going to be new cars. Yes, there is. We get the 65 Ford Mustang. We get the 77 Pontiac Firebird. We get the Fairlady 240Z. We get the 67 Camaro. We get the 69 Mustang Boss 302. We get the 87 Buick Grand National. We get the 350Z. We get the Challenger SRT8. We get the BMW M3 2010. We get the DB5. We get the Kaizen edition of the i8. And we get the Testarossa. Oh yes. Definitely getting a Testarossa later on in this game. Join us back at the car dealership, and they seem to mix up the way you unlock the cars. They sort them out by price. Because I remember the Silvia being a lot earlier on in this game, and in the previous ones as well. So now, oh yes, the RX7. We're going to get the RX7. This is going to be our drift car, and we have enough to get one as well. Let's see more cars. We could get the A45 AMG. There's even more cars we can get now. The Testarossa, you get some special abilities with it, but we can't afford it because it's 255,000. And like you can see, some cars we already got are locked in their stock form. Oh, I want my Skyline. I have to get to level 14, but I want to get there fast because I want my baby. I want it. Hang on. We could even afford the Z4 or Supra. But we're going to be more sensible and get a proper natural born drift car. So the car we're going to get is the RX7. And this is something I try and get in every single game or Need for Speed game. Especially for drifts. It's a very good drift car. And no JDM car collection is complete without an RX7. So let's go and get it. Oh yes. You want to use my new car? Let's send it to garage. Because it's for drifting.
What's up? I'm headed over to this track and thought I'd see if you're around. Don't think you'll beat this one so easily.
Okay, so what shall we do now? Let's go and do, oh, what's this? Trail rail time trial. Okay, so let's go and do it then. Because I would like to see what this challenge is all about. Yeah, but if I was to have a collection of JDM cars, it wouldn't be complete without an RX-7. So I would have an Evo in there, especially the Evo 10. I would have a Skyline R34 in there, maybe even an R32 as well, because those are the most legendary ones. But personally, I prefer the R34, although the R32 is good. And I would also have an RX7 in there. Those are the three best JDM cars in my three of the best JDM cars in my opinion. There's loads more, but then some of them aren't even in this game and they haven't even got yet. So I've only just mentioned those ones. The trail rail, that's going to be interesting to see. Is it where we try and race on train tracks and then if we fall off we fail? Why don't we go and see? We aren't even there yet. But we decided to finish it off with a soothing day challenge. Because we had some near misses with the cops. Oh no, we didn't even have pursuits this night. Oh dear, there's a cop coming in the day. We're going to turn right soon though. There we go. We're going to be at our time trial. Well, the cops are so close again. They even want to take me out during the day. Where is this time trial? That's so close. Here is the trail rail. Let's start. Okay, so here is the trail rail. Okay, this looks tough because we're having to race on rails and we have to beat NFS Gold Ghost. He's in a BRZ, he's set 1 minute 9. We have to beat that time. And he's at level 197. Is that how fast his car is? Oh yes. We're already in the lead. No, we've fallen off. No, the BRZ's ahead. The BRZ is ahead. Hopefully he falls off. Gonna have to slow right down in the corners. It doesn't look like he's made any mistakes. No. No. Yeah, the BRZ is definitely going to win. He's making no mistakes at all. Look at this. The BRZ is doing it clearly. How is he not falling off? Whilst I keep falling off all the time. How is he doing so well? How is he doing so cleanly in his BRZ, yet I keep falling off in my Evo? This is not fair at all. This is so not fair. Because usually I remember the first opponent making... Oh yes, he's made a mistake. No, I've made one too. I remember the first opponents making so many mistakes that they would be so easy to beat. No, this is awful. He's made it. Yeah, he made it before me. How is this even fair? No, the BRZ's won again! Trick is to brake, then take these a lot slower. Then we stay on the track. Whoa, that was close. But we're going to win it this time. That's how you do it. That's the trick to getting a win. Oh yes! We've beaten NFS Gold Ghost in his BRZ! The Evo beats the BRZ! Third time lucky! Yes! Yes, we've done it! We've set a new record. Oh yes, we get some bonuses for being in the crew and having the deluxe edition. We get some cash and rep. What's that cop doing over there? Oh, there's some street art. Let's not annoy that cop because we don't really want to be involved in a daytime pursuit. Well, that's some nice street art there. That's the street art collected. Join us back in the garage, and as you can see, what was once an empty slot is now where my RX7 is. Let's see if we can sell some of these cars to get some more cash. We've got this BMW M3 which we're not really going to use anymore. Let's see if we can sell it. We can't even sell it! Maybe they didn't want us to sell our first car. We've got this other Evo here. Can we sell it? Because we don't really need it. We get nothing for selling it! This is a rip-off! Okay. We also have the i8, which we're going to use soon. We need to reach level 14 for C63, level 18 for the Corvette. Here's our RX7, and this is just an open slot. Because we're playing offline, it's just our cars here. And let's see if we can put even more performance upgrades on this Evo. Because we're going to need to get it up to 200, because the next races are going to be performance level 200. So we're going to need to make our car faster. 187 is close, but not close enough. We get a new crankshaft. Get the Pro Plus level crankshaft. This is going straight in. Oh yes. Now we're at 193. We're a lot closer to 200 now, so we can do some more races. But we're going to do them in the next episode. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Please make sure to pound that like button. Subscribe if you are new. And I shall see you guys in the next time. Peace.
Serious.